Never run out of battery again with the INIU portable charger, the slimmest 10,000 milliamp hour power bank that keeps your devices charged on the go. Stay powered up wherever you go. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Welcome to Champions League Spotlight, where we take a closer look at the greatest moments in women's football history. Today, we're counting down the top 10 winners of the UEFA Women's Champions League. From the early days of the competition, when Frankfurt dominated the league with 4 titles and an incredible team that included the legendary Birgit Prince, to the modern era where teams like Lyon and Barcelona have become true powerhouses in women's football. We're starting our list at number 10, but before we get there, a quick look at the other contenders who made it into the top 20. But for now, let's head back to Frankfurt and their incredible team of 2007-08. This legendary team won every single match they competed in domestically, sweeping all 3 trophies in England. In Europe, they were tested further. A 2-2 draw away to Brøndby in the first leg of the semi-finals, where Kelly Smith scored a brace and was then sent off, and a 0-0 draw with unlucky losers Umeå in the final second leg were the only 2 matches Arsenal failed to win all season. Alex Scott scored the winning goal in the final, an extraordinary long-range hit that drifted into a small pocket of space beneath the crossbar. Although Smith missed that 2007 final, a litany of legends, including Rachel Yankee, Anita Asante, Emma Byen, and Karen Carney, made Arsenal the only English team to ever lift the European Cup. But let's not forget about Frankfurt, who had an incredible 2007-08 season. Their strengths were in both boxes. They were anchored at the back by U.S. defenders Ali Krieger and Gina Lewandowski, with one of the best goalkeepers Europe has ever seen in Silke Rottenberg behind them. In the attack, Connie Pohlers and another record breaker, Birgit Prince, did the damage. Defeating a strong Umeå team that included Marta and Mami Yamaguchi was as good as it got in those early years of the tournament. And at number 10 on our list is Frankfurt's 2007-08 team, an incredible group assembled that will live on as one of the best. Next up, we have Lyon, who have dominated the competition with 8 titles. The Gunners were tested further, a 2-2 draw away to Brøndby in the first leg of the semi-finals, where Kelly Smith scored a brace and was then sent off, and a 0-0 draw with unlucky losers Umeå in the final second leg were the only 2 matches Arsenal failed to win all season. But Lyon's journey is one for the ages. Their 8th Champions League title was perhaps their first as true underdogs, with Barcelona the favourites to retain the title. Lyon dropped a group stage match 1-0 to Bayern Munich and then suffered a nervy 2-1 first-leg defeat to Juventus in the quarterfinals before a confident 3-1 win in the return fixture. Just like Barcelona had shocked Chelsea early in 2021, Lyon surprised Barcelona in the 2022 final by going 3-0 up after 33 minutes. Putellas scored her 11th Champions League goal of the campaign as a consolation, but Lyon came away 3-1 winners. This was a fantastic Lyon team, but one in transition. The list is full of incredible teams and players, from Barcelona's dominant run to Lyon's underdog story. But what about the teams that didn't quite make it? The ones who fought hard but fell just short? That brings us to our next contestant for the top 10. And it's a well-deserved mention for Barcelona, who set the tone for their era of domination with their first-ever Champions League title in 2009. This was a flawless European season. There was a shock factor to just how easy they made it look. Alexia Putellas was at her mesmerizing best with the emergent Aitana Benmati collaborating in the midfield. The duo both scored in the final, a 4-0 thrashing of Chelsea, where all the goals came in the first half. Caroline Graham-Hansen was the unsung hero who terrorized opponents throughout this campaign, notching 3 goals and 5 assists. Jenny Hermoso finished as the joint top scorer in the Champions League with 6 goals. And Barcelona's second-ever European title was extremely impressive because it came without the talismanic Putellas, who had ruptured her ACL in the summer of 2022. This Barcelona team developed a new orbit around Benmati, who finished her Champions League campaign featuring in every match for Barcelona and was tied with the most goals on the team. The squad had also been bolstered by the arrivals of Lucy Bronze and Kara Walsh. As we continue our countdown, we'll look at more incredible teams like Wolfsburg, Barcelona's rivals in Europe, and Lyon's historic title win. But first, let's head to Wolfsburg, who won their second consecutive title with an impressive 3-1 victory over Treviso in the final. Wolfsburg boasted a balanced attack with Pohlers and Martina Müller in unstoppable form, and a 22-year-old Alex Popp also bursting into the elite tier of European soccer. Captain Nadine Kessler was nearing the end of her career, but put in some exceptional performances in the latter rounds. This team won their second consecutive title by pipping Swedish side Treviso to the trophy in arguably the greatest Champions League final of all time, which finished 4-3 to the Germans in Lisbon. Müller finished as the top scorer in the Champions League with 10 goals, just ahead of Treviso's Chrisen Press, who had 9, and Marta, who had 7. At number 7 on our list is Wolfsburg's team from 2018-19. Their route to the final included 6-3 and 3-2 aggregate wins over Wolfsburg and Chelsea, but it was the final that portrayed Lyon as one of the best sides ever. Lyon tormented Barcelona with a 4-1 win to lift the trophy. Hedgerberg's first-half hat-trick remains one of the most iconic moments and performances in tournament history. Lyon's starting XI was brilliant, but the depth on the bench showed how far ahead they were of the competition. And that brings us to our penultimate contestant for the top 10. It's a team with an incredible record of clean sheets and a stingy back four that included Selma Baca, Wendy Renard, Griege Mbach Bathy, and Bronze. The 2017-18 Lyon team was one of the best assembled teams in Champions League history. A flawless campaign that featured 6 clean sheets and just 3 goals conceded. Hedgerberg finished with a record 15 Champions League goals. And at number 6 on our list is Lyon's team from 2018-19. Just like Barcelona had shocked Chelsea early in 2021, Lyon surprised Barcelona in the 2022 final by going 3-0 up after 33 minutes. But for now, let's head back to the top of our countdown, where we have 2 teams vying for the top spot. We're getting close, so let's take a look at one of these incredible teams and see who they are. It's Barcelona, who won their second-ever European title in 2023. The calm, meticulous excellence of Barcelona in 2023-24 was the final chapter of manager Jonathan Giraldez's 3 seasons in charge. One thing is winning the Champions League, but retaining it effortlessly was even more impressive. The 2-0 win in the final over Lyon was poetic. The goals came from Barcelona's 2 midfield superstars, Benmati with the first after the hour mark and then Putellas at the death. With Kata Call starting her first final, Esme Bruggs and Claudia Pina coming off the bench, the next generation also began to emerge. And for now, that brings us to our penultimate contestant for the top spot. It's Lyon once again, who dominated the competition with 8 titles. But Lyon's 7th title is lacking some allure due to COVID-19, which shortened the format and played in a bubble without second legs. Despite this, their team continued to be defensively dominant with Bronze in her peak and Canadian centre-back Kadesha Buchanan partnering, Renard in the middle of the defense. But who will claim that elusive top spot? It's time for our final contestant. And it's Barcelona, who set the tone for their era of domination with their first-ever Champions League title in 2009. In an incredible run of dominance, Barcelona won 4 consecutive titles from 2015 to 2018. But this season was different. Barcelona's calm, meticulous excellence was a sight to behold. Their group stage was a procession, with 27 goals scored and just 5 conceded. And at number 4 on our list is Barcelona's team from 2023-24. One thing is winning the Champions League, but retaining it effortlessly was even more impressive. The final chapter of manager Jonathan Giraldez's 3 seasons in charge. But who will claim that elusive top spot? The answer lies ahead, and it's a team with an incredible record of dominance. As we conclude our countdown, let's take a look at the first team to claim that elusive top spot. At number 3 on our list is Barcelona's team from 2022-23. But that wasn't correct. Let us continue counting down. Our next contestant for the top 3 is Lyon, But before we get there, one more team has secured a place in the top 3. At number 3 on our list is actually Wolfsburg's team from 2018-19. Their route to the final included 6-3 and 3-2 aggregate wins over Wolfsburg and Chelsea. But let's not forget about Lyon, who dominated the competition with 8 titles. They had an incredible season in 2022, surprising Barcelona by going 3-0 up after 33 minutes. Putellas scored her 11th Champions League goal of the campaign as a consolation, but Lyon came away 3-1 winners. And at number 2 on our list is Lyon's team from 2020-23. Now we're getting close to the top spot. Our final contestant for that position is Barcelona. But before we get there, one more team has secured a place in the top 2. At number 2 on our list is actually Wolfsburg's team from 2018-19. Their calm, meticulous excellence was a sight to behold. Their group stage was a procession, with 27 goals scored and just 5 conceded. But that wasn't correct. Our final contestant for the top spot is actually Barcelona. And at number 1 on our list is Barcelona's team from 2023-24. Their second-ever European title in 2009 set the tone for their era of domination. But this season was different. Barcelona won with an incredible calm and meticulous excellence. Their group stage was a procession, with 27 goals scored and just 5 conceded. The next generation also began to emerge, starting with Kata Kall, Esme Bruggs, and Claudia Pina coming off the bench in the final. But for now, that brings us to our top spot. And that's where we'll end our countdown today.